I most certainly will spend less than a day preparing for a 3 hour long exam that might affect my career. But when it comes to a 3 hour long film that I pay to watch in the theater, I'll easily spend more than a day or maybe even two to research about the story, the world, the cast and crew, the director, etc. That's how I am. Anyways, let's begin. So, hey everyone, I am Manoj. I talk about films on this channel, and we are in July. Half the month has gone by already. I should have made this video long back. Well, anyways, here we are. So, I've been waiting for this month for a very long time, since the beginning of this year, because, two huge films, two of the most anticipated films of this year are gonna drop this month. In fact, tomorrow, one of it. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. The Odyssey and Spider-Man Brand New Day. So let's talk about these two films. Also, there is a bonus film coming out this month, so it's not actually two films but three films. And if you want to know what that film is, you're gonna have to watch this video till the end. So stay tuned for that. So, firstly, the movie that's gonna come out tomorrow, 17th of July. Yeah, I'm recording this on 16th of July. The Odyssey by Christopher Nolan. I'm a huge Christopher Nolan fan, and I cannot wait for this film any longer. It's the most anticipated film of this year for me personally, because again, it's a Christopher Nolan film. I mean, who, in my opinion, cannot make a bad film? Early critic reviews of this film say the movie is just phenomenal. It's a blockbuster, so I cannot wait any longer. My whole social media feed is filled with posts about Odyssey. Everyone is talking about this film. Everyone is obsessed about this film, and not to mention the post about the Mumbai premiere where Christopher Nolan, Matt Damon, Tom Holland, and Emma Thomas, visited Mumbai for the premiere show, and it makes me sad. I know I'm a nobody, but very few people got the opportunity not just to witness the Odyssey ahead of its release, but to see Christopher Nolan up close, be in the same room as his. I mean, if I were in the same room as Christopher Nolan, I may not just, freak out. I would just go spellbound, you know. So, yeah, hopefully one day, if this goes well, I end up going to a Christopher Nolan movie premiere. Fingers crossed for that. It's amazing to think that despite the backlash the trailer of this film received, I was extremely surprised, given the fact that this movie is getting a lot of backlash. I mean, sure, it's based off of Greek myth, ancient story, dates back to 3,000-year-old story, which is why fans were so much aggressive in the comment section. I didn't really go through the comment section despite watching the trailer multiple times. But then when I watched a few posts about the backlash this film is getting, I then went back to check the comments, and I was extremely surprised. When I mean, people are so funny and creative in YouTube comment section that it was so funny. It made me laugh. So apparently the backlash is due to a couple of casting choices, and the other thing being choice of dialogues and words used in the film. Apparently, the accent of the characters and dialogues used in the trailer and in the film maybe is not like an ancient Greek language, ancient Greek English. So uh, some people got pissed off by that, and can understand why they can get pissed off, because some people might be extremely familiar with these Greek mythological stories, so kind of see where they're coming from, and um, yeah, maybe that can be a little off-putting, maybe even for me now that I know about it. Because after reading the comments when I went back to the trailer, it felt a little off. Robert Pattinson's character using the word daddy. Maybe that's not how 3,000-year-old people used to describe father. They used to just say father, maybe like the movie Troy. So that brings me to the movie Troy. I watched the movie Troy a few days ago, and I was extremely impressed with the movie, man. I enjoyed it a lot. I was wondering, why am I not watching this in a theater? It's a kind of film that you need to watch in the theater. Unfortunately, the movie came back in 2004, the year I was born. So not a lot of scope for me to watch it in the theater, but I wish I watched it in the theater, man, not in a small laptop screen with my earphones. I'd rather prefer a Dolby Atmos sound because it's got a really good soundtrack. The movie's music is pretty good. It has got intense war scenes and action sequences. I loved them a lot, and that was pretty good. I watched this movie upon my brother and my friend's suggestion ahead of the Odyssey because I wanted to get familiarized with the story, the world, and a few of the characters that we're gonna watch in the Odyssey as well. And yeah, that gave me a lot of perspective, and I'd recommend you to watch it as well if you didn't watch it yet. And ahead of Odyssey, if you need to, get some perspective of the backdrop of the film, you can try this film. It's, I mean, not just about the Odyssey. I'd recommend this movie, aside the Odyssey as well because it's a very good film. I'm impressed by this film a lot. I enjoyed it a lot. So yeah, apart from that, little thought of the dialogues being little off-putting about the Odyssey. Apart from that, I'm very very excited for this film. Unfortunately, I'll not be watching it tomorrow or maybe in the opening weekend because I couldn't find the tickets for the biggest screen near me, the Prasad's PCX screen. I want to watch that film, witness it the first time in that huge screen. So I can I'm gonna be watching this film on 25th, a week later. Damn, I mean, 1 week seems very lot because I've been waiting for this movie a lot, and due to all the buzz around social media, I'm very, very excited. It's gonna feel a lot more than a week. Also, it makes me feel sad that I'm not gonna be watching this movie in a traditional IMAX screen. Uh, Especially because Prasad's PCX, which is now PCA, was an IMAX, a traditional IMAX theater. Back in the day when Dark Knight Rises and Interstellar came out. Not just the fact that I couldn't watch Dark Knight Rises and Interstellar the way, Christopher Nolan intends his films to be watched. Unfortunately, after Interstellar, the projector, I guess, was decommissioned. I understand the reason for that, uh, maintaining the projector is expensive and not a lot of films come out in that aspect ratio in that format. But then again, these kind of films are meant to be watched in that traditional 70 mm 1.43:1 aspect ratio. I know most of you know a lot about it, but I just wanted to mention that kind of makes me feel a little sad. But then again, besides PCX, I think it's the best theater to watch this film, and I'm happy that I'll be able to watch it the first time in that theater, and I cannot wait. All right, moving on to the next highly anticipated movie coming out the end of this month, Spider-Man Brand New Day. Yes, the next installment of Tom Holland's Spider-Man coming out finally after 5 years, and we cannot wait any longer, man. I was extremely excited back in the day when the first trailer dropped, especially because we got to see Mark Ruffalo and Punisher in the trailer, and it only makes me wonder how many other Marvel cameos are we gonna get to witness in this movie because Marvel can be secretive. We know about that. Marvel hid a lot of cameos for a lot of previous films, and I want to watch a few more characters, at least one more, something that haven't seen the trailer yet, because of course we didn't get to see Sadie Sink as well because it is highly speculated by now that Sadie Sink is going to be playing Jean Grey in this film. And even though if we didn't get to see that in the trailer, it's almost confirmed. Spoilers if you didn't know about that, but it's not a big spoiler yet. I just happen to consume a lot of content from new rockstars, so yeah, that's how I know. So, anyways, yeah, it's an open secret by now that Sadie Sink is going to be playing Jean Grey, and that's going to be exciting. But apart from that, I hope there is at least one other cameo, another Marvel cameo. Now that because it's not MCU anymore, it's MCM, it's Marvel Cinematic Multiverse. So uh, you can just bring out any character from any universe, So that's what I'm gonna be excited about, and not to mention that another huge Marvel film It's going to come out later this year, which I'll be talking about uh, in another video. But I'm hoping there is going to be some post credit, some solid, intense post credit scene leading up to the events of Doomsday. We just have to wait and watch for that. All right, that brings me to the bonus film. If you're someone like me, if you're someone who watches anime, you might know this. One of the biggest, greatest anime of all time is gonna release in theaters in India finally after 3 long years. It's not like we haven't watched it. We watched it back in the day when it came out in 2023 November, but finally we're gonna get to witness it in the theater. Man, I'm just very excited. For the people who don't know, I'm talking about Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan is the greatest piece of fiction ever. And believe me, there is no exaggeration in that statement whatsoever. I don't recommend anything else as strongly as I recommend Attack on Titan, because you'll just understand it if you watch it, man. Because it is very hard to write a solid plot twist that nobody can expect, and to even write one plot twist like that in a story is pretty difficult. And Attack on Titan, I think, including a few minor plot twists, it has easily got like 10 plot twists in it. I mean, it just blows my mind every time I watch it. I've watched it twice and I keep going back to a few episodes every now and then, and just it still blows my mind. It's got everything that I love. It's got intense action sequences. It's got plot twists. It's got amazing soundtrack. It's got good animation, good voice acting. Not that I care much about voice acting, but in the original Japanese is what I'd recommend. It's got pretty good voice acting, and it's also very, very emotional. So Attack on Titan is coming to theaters. It's already completed back in 2023 November. So it has got two 1 hour long final episodes, and they're combining those two episodes as a finale film and releasing it in theaters. It was released in theaters only in Japan when it came out in 2023, and in a few other countries in the past few years. But now it's finally releasing in India, and I'm not gonna miss it. I'm just so excited. I'm sure I'm gonna go bonkers in the theaters. And to talk about the ending, to give you some perspective if you haven't watched it, it has mixed opinions. The ending has mixed opinions. I personally don't hate it. I don't have serious complaints about it. It has good action in the final episode, uh, which I love, and it's partly satisfying. You'll know why if you watch it. That's as far as I can tell you without giving any spoilers. I'll definitely make a dedicated video about my thoughts of Attack on Titan. It'll probably be more of a rant video like how it is right now, but I will surely share my thoughts on Attack on Titan in a separate video. So one more thing for end is, yeah, the ending is emotional as well. It's very, very emotional. I mean, I didn't cry, but it definitely can make you cry. I was just blank after watching that ending back in November 2023, and after that, I never watched it. So I'm very, very excited to watch it in the theaters. And yeah, so finally, I would just strongly, strongly recommend you to watch Attack on Titan. Now is the best time, because if you binge it right now, if you're someone interested in solid plot and someone who likes actions and good stories, watch Attack on Titan. If you have time to spare, binge it. And what better way is there to watch the finale of peak fiction in theaters? I mean, that would be amazing. So yeah, that's it about it. July is peak, man. Christopher Nolan movie, and arguably my most favorite story, fictional story of all time, releasing in the theaters. What else could I ask for? And of course, Spider-Man Brand New Day is like a cherry on top. So yeah, that's it about this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. And I should say this after watching Odyssey and Brand New Day, but I'll say it anyway because I know they're going to be peak films. Films and stories like these is the reason I say this. I don't believe in magic. I believe in cinema.